Okay, guys, I believe we are back and welcome back. Let's see if we get everybody back in again. Viewers 0. Start coming back, guys. Cue ball's coming down, but it's running away from the rail with that spin. Good shot. I just go off this 3 ball or the 10 ball and come back into the stack. The 2 balls on the bottom of the stack there, go off one and come right back into the stack again. Right, just like that. He would have liked to got a little where he doesn't give up this 3 ball. We're back, and we're up to 21 viewers.
Yeah, welcome back everyone. Sorry we had to shut down the stream for a minute to yeah, time constraints, whatever. But you know what? We're going strong since we wired it all the way to the router. Our internet connection's been pretty good. Pretty happy with the way things have gone. This might be the new standard. We're gonna have to get Peter on that one in the future.
Yep. Now Justin's got a ball in front of his hole again with cover. It's covered up.
Yeah, deja vu.
Deja vu. You've seen enough of this?
Oh yeah, seen a lot of it. It's what's put him ahead.
Yeah, he's done a real good job of covering, protecting his who is it that calls him his potatoes? Where's Mitch Ellerman?
Is that what he says?
Yeah, he calls them potatoes.
Oh, that's great.
He's got that potato over there. He did some commentary with me at the U.S. Open one pocket a couple of years ago, I think it was, or more than that.
Oh, Mitch?
It's been a while. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I got the benefit of sitting in the booth with him for a little bit.
Great.
He's one of the most knowledgeable guys I've ever met my entire life. He's really got a good understanding, specifically on the fundamental perspective of the game.
It's funny because I commentated this match with Warren Kiamko.
Oh, did you?
And it was the same time that he was helping us with the commentary. And Warren shoots at a ball. It hits I might as well call it the nipple or the nub of the side pocket, and the ball comes right back and goes in his hole for a winner, for a match winner.
No.
He just looks at him and goes, "Oh well."
Yeah, sorry, bro.
And it was such a cold roll. Just there was 2 balls left on the table.
Oh yeah.
It's on YouTube.
Oh,
it's just such a cold roll.
Yeah, I promise you, even when players do that themselves, like even me specifically, when you win on a roll like that, you don't feel good about it, but the rules are rules and you're gonna take it. So
what's your alternative?
Yeah, right.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm not gonna take that. So let's spot it up and we'll play it again.
Very true. Very true. Gonna take the dub and move on. See get it from the backside.
You're just gonna say sorry. And what they don't hear you say is sorry, not sorry.
Thank you.
Well, he's going to go into this 1 ball and come right across the top of the 2, I believe. It wouldn't be bad if he hits it hard. But I don't think he's going to hit it hard. He's just going to play it to the hole. Like that and send it back to his hole for a shot. That's kind of what I meant when I said wouldn't be bad if he hits it hard. He's going to send it over towards his hole. He's going to have a shot. Otherwise, there was no shot afterwards. Not sure that he'll take it.
Well, that's a good question in the comments there. So we got Paul Purdy says, so what is the back history that led up to this match? Not too often players just match up like this without some kind of history. Do you know on your end, George?
I heard a little bit,
okay,
but not much. I heard that they played some time back for a pretty fair amount.
Okay.
And this is the weight they played for.
Okay.
And so I guess they decided to play again because Justin lost, asking for a rematch, and they put it together, and here we are. But Justin apparently has worked on his game quite a bit.
Oh, looks like old Frank the Barber is on his way out. We'd like to extend our appreciation to him and say thank you for all your knowledge of the game. Oh, Jake, 20K in the middle. This is 40K in the middle, 20K each, my man. Or unless you're talking about before, I'm not quite sure, but yeah, love this. What's up, baby? How are you? Oh, I'm good, man. Good to see you. Oh yeah, that's super cool. Super cool that Frank was able to hang out as long as he was. I think he's saying bye to George right now. It was nice to sit in the booth with him for a little bit and shake his hand. I haven't met him on a personal level. Got a lot of great stories. I know that. Wish I got to get a little bit more out of him, but I'll work on it with time. Promise you guys keep tuning in. If you guys subscribe to Donkey Pool Productions on YouTube or AZ Pool 15 on Facebook, I'm sure you'll see and hear much more in the future. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I want to touch on a little bit what George was just talking about. Well, he's kind of closing up with Frank over here, but he was saying that sounds like they played this spot in the past. Chris was Chris was able to overcome it, and clearly Justin's really worked on this game and has just completely come with it in this match. If you couldn't tell, he is playing incredible. Good to see from Justin. I am a fan of both. You talking about me, Vern? Oh, stop it. I hope you're talking about Justin on the table, not me. But I appreciate you as always. You're always the first one to give the booth a compliment. It goes a long way, man. We do it for guys like you. Hey, I appreciate everything, Frank. Thanks so much, man. I'll see you around, brother.
Well, Frank's taking off for the night.
Yeah.
You'll probably go home and maybe turn the computer on and
Oh, no doubt.
listen in.
Oh, no doubt. I said a little bit earlier, but we want to thank Frank for coming in and joining us here and giving us a little bit of knowledge, sharing a little bit of knowledge, I guess you could say. Guess we want to thank you too, George. Thanks for doing it, man.
Hey,
we'd be
you know,
stuck in the dark without you, man.
you,
We're just guessing.
you know why? Could have got Trace in here. Tim was telling me that um, he thought Mitch might stop by, Mitch Ellerman.
Oh yeah.
That'd have been good. In fact, I recommended that they bring him in.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Well, meanwhile, back at the ranch, the score is 18-9. Justin is 3 games away from a $20,000 payday.
Yep, yep. That's not a bad 3 days
And
worth of work.
meanwhile, Chris is 12 games away.
You can call it three. you can call it 3 days worth of work, but I think at the end of the day, you really got to attribute it to years and years and years of worth of work to get to where he is now.
Well, what is it? When you're paying a doctor, you're not paying them $225 an hour for that hour. You're paying them for the learning what led up to it.
Oh yeah, the 10 years of schooling and the 10
Exactly.
years of experience or whatever it may be. I agree. Justin himself is still a little on the younger side. He's got many years ahead of him in this game. I think he's just getting better.
Well, he stands to get a lot better. I've never seen him play. I think I can't remember when it was, 2, 3 years ago. No, it's been more than 2, 3 years ago. It's probably been 4 or 5 years now that I came up to um, Skip and Jans
Okay.
up in Gilbert, I think it is now.
I think so.
I
Pretty
think
close
that
to
they're
it.
and we came up for a weekly tournament that was there, and I don't get out very much, but Aaron Purdy, a good friend from Tucson,
Okay.
said, let's go and play in this tournament.
Yep.
I said, well, I'm not doing anything. And I looked, are we coming back tonight? He said, yes. So we figured we'd be back about 2 o'clock in the morning. So we came up, and somehow I caught a gear, and I went through everybody.
Oh, you're way too humble. Somehow I caught a gear. No, you smoked the field, man.
No, actually I did, except for Justin.
Oh, there you go. There it is.
But Justin had to. I don't know if he had to. Yeah, he had to double dip me at the end,
Okay.
and he won the first set.
Oh yeah.
And if it's the same Justin, there's a couple of Justins, but I think it was him. But that was he's put on some sizes then, so I don't know if that was him or not. And I can't remember for sure. But I remember it was a Justin guy, and I came across and I won the second set. But the second set was tight too, and I was hitting the balls pretty good.
Oh
So
yeah.
if that was him, he was playing pretty strong at that time.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
On
He
the bar
got better
box.
quick. He got better quick. And he's always been, from what I've seen over the last 4, 5, 6 years, he's always been. I I can't say the same player. He's got much, much, much better over the last 5 years, but the same type of player. He's always been pretty methodical. He's always taken the 100% shot at the table. Looked at all his options. He doesn't shoot until he knows it's absolutely the right shot. And he is a huge student of the game. He constantly learning, constantly asking questions. Reminds me a little bit of myself in that sense. I love learning from guys like you, learning from everyone around me.
Well, from what I've seen, he's very, like you said, he's methodical, and uh, he just he. If you watch him, he makes all these thinking is over the ball, not over the ball, but when he's standing,
Oh yeah.
everything. And then when he gets down on the ball, he doesn't pull the trigger until he's fully ready.
Yep. So he knows
I
exactly what
I
he
will
wants to
say
do.
he has a busy cue stick,
Mm-hmm.
so a lot of stroking that I've learned in my later years is not that necessary, but just watch it. Just watch how careful he's with it. Now watch the pause. We have a little pause just before he pulls the trigger. See, not much of a pause. Most players have much longer pause than that.
Yep. Yep.
So he gets that cue going, he grooves it, and he's able to bring it through on that same line. And most of it's for his speed.
Yeah, I've asked him about that in the past. I asked him about stroke fundamentals about a year or two ago, and he said he's like my stroke's a little bit longer than I would prefer, but as far as he said it's a little bit longer than I prefer, but I'm pretty comfortable where it's at. But I think he said he was gonna, with time, he was gonna work on it a little. And still pretty similar to where it was, but obviously been working.
Yeah, and you can see on his kick shots. I mean, there's a kick he had a little while ago when Chris had a ball in his jaws on the left hand corner pocket, and he was up behind a bunch of balls on the corner pocket caddy corner to it,
Mm-hmm.
upper right, in other words. And he kicked to the side rail, the long rail, and down to it, and hit it perfect in a double kiss, and the cue ball stayed there with high English and went right in. And yeah, and that put Chris on 7 balls.
Oh
Good,
man.
But that is a tricky for a kick shot. That's a tricky one railer to kick. Number one, because it's a very very spread open kick or
Oh yeah.
bank,
Oh yeah.
and he did it at warp speed. That
Oh.
makes it twice as complicated.
Oh, no doubt.
So that I saw that and I said he's worked very hard on standard kick shots
Oh,
to
no
the
doubt.
pocket.
Oh, no doubt. Oh, thanks, Vern. Yeah, I was about the last 5, 6 years at, believe it or not, when I got established in Fargo, I was about a 485 to 490. So about 5 to 6 years ago, I was a 485 to 490, and I jumped from a 490 to a 624. I think I
That means
now.
I get the 7.
Oh, stop it, George. Jesus. No, I'll tell you what. Until recently, I never recognized how much, people have said all the time. They've said Fargo doesn't have a ton of correlation as far as how well someone plays in one pocket. And until I've really kind of sat down with you, with Frank and Tim, and watched these two guys battle it out, I realized there's so much more for me to learn. I there's so much truth to that statement, and I didn't realize it until about maybe yesterday. So,
uh,
uh, but it is absolutely the truth. I mean, 9 ball and 10 ball is checkers, and one pocket is chess. It really seems like.
pretty much. It's funny because I can't play checkers. And I taught myself how to play chess. And that's not saying much because I just know what goes where,
Oh
but I
yeah.
don't know where to move them to.
Oh yeah. That was 2 great shots in a row there, John.
He's
Jake,
made quite a few, Mr. Ream. Quite a few.
you know. Oh, Jake, you can have the 7 any day you want it, Mr. 400. And you know what? If I had my phone right now, I would look up your Fargo. He's at 400 something.
I think he's laughing at the fact that I said I'll take the 7 right away to you.
Oh,
That's what I think
oh
that
yeah,
is.
no, dude.
In other words,
I
I'll take
thought,
the 7 and he's
oh yeah,
laughing.
yeah, yeah.
You got a kick out of
I
it.
forgot that. Yeah, no, no, George, you couldn't give me enough weight
No,
without
no,
me
that no,
without me
that's
being
not true.
embarrassed.
There's 20 points difference in our Fargo. How's that? So that's not even a
Is,
game.
is that where you're at?
Yeah. I was a little higher at one time. In fact, to tell you the truth, when I first was exposed to Fargo, that's when CSI was having their very first tournament down in Tucson, Arizona for the state championships.
Yeah.
They had them up here the whole time before that. And Mike Page came down.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember sitting with Ozzie Reynolds, and he says, "Well, what?" So he looks me up. He goes, well, let's see if you're in here."
Mm-hmm.
And he pulls it up. He goes, "You're a 645." He says, "That's pretty solid."
Oh yeah.
And here we are. What is it? 8 years later,
Uh-huh.
I'm still a 645.
Oh
I
man.
was up to right around a close to a 670, I think, for a while.
Oh, where are you?
When I was playing playing a little bit, and then little by little, especially lately, I've dwindled down and down and down and down. But uh,
And the booth will do that to you. Sitting in the booth more than playing.
well, yeah, and it's not so much that because it's funny. I get in the tournament and I always said I'll have 1 or 2 good matches and then I just run out of gas. There's no gas,
Oh yeah.
no gas in the tank.
Oh yeah. You telling me you're lacking a little bit of intensity there, George,
A little
nowadays?
bit of intensity.
Oh man.
It's hard to get me off the bench.
Oh shoot. Well, Mike Sandoval, I want to play some more chess with the Stingray. Oh, well, I'll tell you what, Mike. That was probably my 10th game of one pocket I've ever played. And I'm gonna have to practice up before I embarrass myself again. So stay tuned.
Here's Mike. See, we sat here with Frank the barber, and in the booth we have Mike the barber.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Mike's a good guy. I've always
Oh
liked Mike.
yeah, I like Mike a lot. He was a good dude. Oh, how about that? Kicking after the 13. Chuck, of course it was me. You would challenge George.
Yes, he would. I actually played Chuck at one of the Diamond Pool Tour events.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he was in there, and I got to play him.
I think he's kind of referring to one pocket specifically.
Uh-huh.
He knows I'm learning. But I'll tell you what, you give me 6 months. If I dedicate some time and give me 6 months, I'll know a thing or two.
See, I don't even know how to practice anymore. I mean, there's certain ways to practice, and I'm not good at practicing.
Yeah, it's pretty the real practice is a
Yeah,
pretty boring, disciplined way to practice. Is
I'll talk to myself sometimes, and uh, I'll feel like hitting some balls, so I hit some balls, and I say, okay, I want to. Maybe I'll go out and play in a tournament soon.
oh
So I
yeah.
want to hit some balls, and I'll get up, and probably haven't hit a ball in 1 or 2 weeks or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And it's funny, but when I feel like playing, I'll get up and I'll run the first couple of racks. And yeah, I have to practice because.
Yep, yep.
But then I get to the pool hall and I'm playing somebody, and all of a sudden, all those runouts that I was doing in practice, kind of like fade away.
Oh yeah.
And every little shot looks so hard, and the pockets look so small. So,
Oh no, I agree, man. That's something I played a lot more golf in high school.
uh-huh.
And then and that's something I realized if I knew when I went out to the driving range before the tournaments I was playing, I knew when I went out to the driving range and I was striping the ball, I knew I was gonna have a horrible day on the course. And I knew when I was sculling shots off the turf and hitting it 10 feet off the ground, I knew I was gonna go out and shoot even par. I was a scratch golfer back in high school and
Oh, okay. Wow.
yeah, I was real good back then. I'm pretty close to that now. Probably, well, not pretty close. I'm high 70s now because I only play 4 or 5 times a year now. But
Oh, wow.
back
Yeah.
then, it was like I knew that the driving range had no correlation to how I played in the tournament, and I think it that trend. I know exactly what you're saying is what I mean.
The
It doesn't,
intensity.
yeah, it
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
really transition too much. How I practiced didn't before the tournament didn't really transition too well into the actual tournament itself. Got her.
Maybe you will be at the lead.
Chuck said we played one pocket and two cent. He probably won. Doesn't want to say anything.
Oh, well. Do you not remember it? You know what? I'll wave her down. No,
We're
Chuck.
back. We're back. We're back.
Well, Chuck says I did win, but I was given the world first spot. Oh, look at that, George. You always remember your victory.
Well, the world is round, so it's probably zero.
I love that one. I'm gonna use that one, man.
Uh-oh. I don't know where. Pockets a ball and leaves a nice one railer for Chris, but Justin has 6 balls already. He's looking to close in on 20
19
games, 19.
Yep. That's gonna put him. He wins this one. That's gonna be one away from the hill.
And now think about the pressure this relates to. If because I don't see Chris giving up. I see him struggling to try to get there, no matter what.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is beginning to feel a little bit like death by 1,000 cuts or a million, whatever it's called. But he's obviously going to grind his way through this one, but almost at this point feels like a slow, painful death here for Chris. And Justin's really been playing his tail off in this
Well,
match.
this whole match. I mean, he's come with bank shots that have been difficult bank shots, and he's hit him dead center, dead perfect. I mean, the speed, everything has been perfect.
Oh yeah.
Some of the he just played a shot a second ago where he took the ball out one way and took the cue ball 2 rails and took the other ball that was close to the hole out.
Oh
His
yeah.
natural carom shots. A lot of players won't play those. He's playing them not only perfectly, but with a lot of confidence. There's no doubt that he's going to execute it.
Yeah, he came into this match prepared for sure. But there's one thing I know about Chris. He doesn't have any quit in him, but with that being said, I think as well as Justin's playing, it's gonna be really tough to fade.
Well, and there's another example of the type of rolls that he gets.
Oh yeah.
That was easily a 4-ball sellout, and that last little bump kept him from selling it out.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Well, Chris looked at me before he got down on that shot.
Oh yeah,
Gave me a
Look,
Give
and
me
he-
a
and then
friendly
and then it's
friendly
followed
eye
by
roll.
this. And then it's followed by this. You couldn't dream up that scratch if you tried.
I'll tell you what, if it
Um,
was for anything less than 20K, I think he would have just shook his hand by now because these rolls are brutal.
And that's all, and we've seen them all 3 days.
Yeah, yeah.
But see, and now watch Justin come with a couple of great shots to get out.
Yeah.
And that's the other, and that's what breaks you down. That combination of,
Oh
I
yeah.
just,
He's playing
what
well.
can I do? And then, okay, that's what I do. So he makes a couple of good shots, and then all of a sudden it just falls apart again,
Oh, no doubt.
over and over and over again.
No doubt. Yeah, I know the feeling, man. It's like the balls know when you're trying to come back and you're at a deficit and maybe you haven't played your best. It it's just get punished at the most inopportune times, man. I know all about it.
Now, see, he missed that ball because he was playing to make sure he got safe. Now, reverse that shot, put that ball back up in the middle of the table, go to the left side of the table and bank the one right by Chris's hole.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the right shot in that circumstance.
Oh, you like that, huh?
Yes. A lot of players, in fact, when they have let's say somebody scratches and they have that bank shot,
Mm-hmm.
they won't take the spot shot, they'll take the bank shot because they use the ball on the spot to protect the ball in front of the hole once they bank it over there.
Oh, that's really
They
interesting.
won't risk a miss that sells out 2 or 3 balls.
That's really interesting.
Even some good players won't really good players won't take the the spot shot. They'll take the natural bank.
Oh yeah.
And when you know better, you have a tendency of not taking shots like that, like the spot shot, because you know that the bank shot is the right shot. Now, when you try to talk to yourself, but I can make this spot shot 10 out of 10 times. Oh, it's all fine and good, but knowing that the bank shot's the right shot, you're probably going to miss the spot shot.
Oh yeah. So is the 2 the only shot here?
You mean for Justin?
Yeah. So
I wouldn't consider shooting anything else but the 2. Just make that ball for Chris.
Yeah, I've just seen a few I've seen a few times today where they kind of just move a ball up table because the hanging 2 was too difficult to get on another ball, but just on a couple occasions. For the most part, this has been it. I'm just really trying to figure out
And look what he did there. He left the bottom of the 2 balls on the spot. That's all he has to shoot at.
mhm. Oh, we got that point got in his way, huh?
Yes, yeah, and that was by design.
Oh, that's great.
He put it there just for that reason. He's trying to find cover down there. He did good. But look where the 14 goes. If the 14 stays, now he can go for this ball with the 14 there. Now see if the 14 isn't inside the pocket there, and he can play to his hole. He can't take this shot because he'd be selling out.
Oh yeah.
With the 14 going to the wrong place at the right time,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just little intangibles like that that have been killing Chris, and that's what breaks you down. There's little intangibles like
yeah.
that. Even most players don't see that as a good role, or all those things are good when they happen for you.
Oh, he was able to get both balls off the table there.
Oh, another one of those. They all fly off the table.
Yeah.
You didn't
yeah.
break your camera this time.
Oh no, not this time. Man, were you?
I was online. I heard it.
Oh, you heard it. I
Yeah.
forgot if that was you or me in the booth. Yeah, well, I was sitting in the booth and Chris came over and waved us down and said, "Hey, watch out, guys." And then we're like, what is he doing? He keeps waving at us, and we didn't really anticipate what was happening because it was the first time he had done it. And the cue ball went flying right into that monitor down there and knocked a cord out. I'm like, oh my gosh. So we had to restart the stream.
In fact, when that happened, it was on a game winner, and he shoots the shot, and it froze.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
didn't see the shot. And is everybody frozen? It's just me. And you're sitting there. No, he broke the monitor.
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny, man.
Uh,
It was an iconic moment. We apologize for everyone that had to find
No,
the stream
no,
again,
no,
but
I
it
thought
was a
that was
great
great.
moment.
well, the good thing about the stream being what it has, you've had some problems with the internet here at Bull Shooters for the most part. The equipment you have for live streaming
Mm-hmm.
is really good. You guys sound great.
Oh man,
And
that's awesome.
I've worked with with an outfit that that does a great job of TV productions,
Uh-huh.
but they have trouble with the sound of my voice, for instance.
Oh yeah.
And I heard it when I went home. I said, I sound a lot different here than I do over here, or when I commentate over here,
Oh yeah.
and I like it here. What do they do to their sound that makes it sound better, in my
Yeah.
opinion? Because personally, I don't like the sound of my voice. But the way you guys have it coming out there, it
Oh.
doesn't sound bad at all.
Oh no, you have a smooth talking voice, man. On top of just being knowledgeable of the game, I could fall asleep listening to your voice, George. As a matter of fact, I probably have quite a bit. Not
I've
trying to
heard
be
that.
weird, man,
I
but
know.
I leave on YouTube, I'll watch the matches up online and then I got your voice in the background. Man, you put me right to sleep. Not in a, you know what I mean? It's just that smooth. It's like you're reading me a lullaby, man.
Justin, it's funny because I love reading my grandkids bedtime stories.
Mhm.
We read a book after book. And but I'll be in the pool hall and some guy will walk into the pool hall, a friend, and say, I fell asleep to the sound of your voice last night.
Oh man. So I'm not that weird.
No,
I'm
you're
a little
not that
weird. But oh, that's funny.
I'll tell you a little story that it's just hilarious. I'm at the Rio, for one of the national and BCA tournaments
Oh yeah.
in March. And I'm coming down the elevator. The elevator's full of people.
Oh yeah.
And I'm talking with somebody that I just met on the elevator, and we're just talking. And out of the far corner, or not far corner, but just on the, 5 people over,
Yeah.
is Anton Washington.
Okay.
Never met him before.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
know him. Don't know him from Adam. He's over there, and he says, "Is that George Th? I recognize that voice anywhere." And I said yes. And so then I met him, and ever since then we just laugh about that moment. Daniel Pauly says, "George and Jeremy, thanks for that compliment, sir."
Oh,
Thank you, Danny.
yeah, it's super cool. Legend, man. Well, Dara says, I've probably fallen asleep to George's voice too. See, I'm telling you, man, I'm not the only. I'll tell you what, not to sound weird, but probably a quarter or half of the people in this room have fallen asleep to your voice at one point. We're all nerds about the game.
That's funny.
Oh yeah, you just keep the TV rolling. You watch some pool matches, falling asleep.
It's awesome that they've Bilu TV's come along, I know with CSI, it's really helped their numbers and
Mhm.
and Billiard TV, of course, loves it. They love the content. So it's believe me, I feel very privileged and humbled that you guys are listening to me. I'm just glad that there's no cameras involved.
Oh yeah. No, we appreciate you for doing it, man. Okay, let's see if we can cross this ball and add another one to his 6.
Not hit the balls that are next to. He's banking a 2 ball.
Yep.
Yep. As you using a little bit of inside, so this ball's going to track over to the. Oh boy,
Oh, how'd he hit it?
pretty close. Is that your dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let him I'll let him know.
I got you. Wow. Wow, what a shot. Leaves it runs around the table, hits it, kisses a ball, and leaves the 11 ball straight in. Justin needs 2 balls, and he's straight in on one of them. And he'll just make the ball, not even move the cue ball if he just hold it there. There's 2 things you can do here. You can just stop the cue ball right there and then bank the 10 over to his side, probably make it. Or bring the ball back just a little bit, which is perfect so he doesn't double hit the ball. And hit it with pocket speed and get the cue ball behind the 8 to cover both balls. That's his choice.
Let's see. There's plenty of room there.
See? Nice cue ball.
Wow.
And it's going to
Oh,
pay
yeah.
off because look, he missed the ball. Now, he couldn't have made a better shot. So, again, we're talking about the intangibles.
Yep.
That
Yep.
ball coming around, getting that kiss, and even that angle on that ball. Carlos Chavez, that's funny. Wait till I read you the book, Josefina Javelina, okay, Carlos?
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's just, those are some of the intangibles. You can't put
Oh,
your
yeah.
finger on it, but all those things combined, and we're at a 18 to 9 score.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I agree, John. I was watching the line of that shot. It did roll off a touch, but I'm sure both these players are aware how this table rolls at this point.
Well, when I got here on Thursday afternoon, I got here a little on the early side, and Justin was cleaning the table, vacuuming it, getting it ready. And he actually came to me and he said, we were going to level the table. And Chris says, no, I've been playing out for 3 weeks. Don't touch the table. So if it's rolling off a tad here, a tad there, Justin was going to, he's one of the best at level table.
Oh yeah.
Um, they were going to level it, and at Chris's request, they left it just the way it is.
That's interesting.
A little behind the
Oh, yeah. Behind the scenes,
behind the scenes story. I just forgot what it is you get behind the curtain.
Well, I think a few ways to put it.
Yeah, there's 2 of those. Behind the closet door.
Oh,
Chris is in a world of hurt with Justin needing 2 balls here.
yeah, especially where they're at. He's in a lot of trouble. I don't know. What do you? I told Frank a little bit earlier. I'm glad
Well,
I'm not shooting in Chris's position from
watch
here,
this.
man.
Even if he's able to get out of this, well, he's going to try to make the spot shot and go into the 11 and 2 or 11 or 2. I'm thinking he can hit the 11 and the rail at the same time, catch a piece of the deuce, and get that cue ball come straight across. Those 2 balls will probably kiss it, and possibly hit the 13 and move all of them. it's going to be like an explosion right in front of the pocket, and it can go very right and it can go very wrong. But at this point,
you don't have much to
he
lose.
doesn't have anything to. If he shoots the 13 ball, he makes it. He's going to get 2 or 3. He's still going to have those 2 balls sitting there, the 2 that he needs.
Yeah, yeah.
So, way to look at it is, I can go down firing and trying to run out. Or I can take this shot to 50-50 or a 30-50 or 1 out of 10 shot. But if it works, I'm golden.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Looks like you can leave the 12 and then the 9 here. So you got the angle to roll the 12 in and take the 2?
Looks like he's straight in, but he's not in a good place, but he's in stroking the ball real good. So it's just a matter of I take whatever shot I'm sure I'm going to make.
Yeah, yeah.
The 12 is further away. The ball in the spot's easier to make. He can stroke the ball without being over anything, so it's makeable. But keep in mind, with the World Pool Championships, Alex Pegulayan missed a ball similar to this. So it's missable. And I've seen Shane miss something along those lines. I've seen a lot of top pros miss something like this. Not Justin.
Oh, we got a little love.
Not Justin.
He got some love.
And Chris says, I don't want to see it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, yeah.
And we are at 19 to 8. 2 games away from calling it quits. And that young lady, that waitress, is just not to be. He walks right. Here she comes.
Did she go over?
Oh,
All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
well,
he's coming back this way with it.
we'll flag her
picked
down.
up all those glasses.
She can't miss us now, George. Let's stand in the alley.
Another good break by Justin. He just keeps coming with the breaks. And right in the hole. It's not going to kiss the ball. Chris has been playing with the wheels off for a long time. This whole 3 days.
Oh, no, you're moving it. Everyone wants to talk to you when you put a headset on, huh, George?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh,
We're trying
yeah.
to commentate is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Our headset's on for a reason, so we don't have to hear you.
I know, man. They always got. I can't tell you how many people come by.
Oh,
What are you doing over
believe me,
there,
I-
man?
I-
I'm
I-
like, oh my gosh, come on, man.
Well, up at Griff, sometimes we'll be sitting there trying to do one of the U.S. Opens, and they come up right behind you and, oh, can you tell me the score?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And over there, they have it on the TVs. They
Yeah.
have it everywhere,
I don't mind a little tap on the shoulder. Hey, bro, how you doing? Or just in
And they
passing.
run by,
Yeah,
exactly.
but the ones that sit there and they're like, oh, I'd shoot this shot, or the ones that are saying, what are you doing over there, man? You got something big going on? It's like,
You want the
alright.
mic?
yeah. How about you step in for a second?
I'll take a break.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. This place is cooking, folks, here at Bullshooters.
Oh,
Here at
yeah.
Bullshooters, it's cooking. This place is packed.
Yeah.
Not an open table. Everything's taken. Everything's full. Crowds at every table.
Yeah, Bullshitters does a really good job of filling the place up on a Friday and
What do they
Saturday
want,
night.
44,000 square feet?
Oh gosh, it feels like it.
Yeah, I think it's pretty close to that.
Yeah, I have no idea,
I
man.
forgot to ask. I knew at one time because when first started doing live streaming out of here, back in the Desert Classic.
Yeah.
I tried to say some of that, get pass that information along. You know, when people say, "Where's Bullshitters? What is it?" You know, it's a huge hall. It's got 40 plus tables. You know, blah blah blah. I just go on and
Oh.
on. And so I want to put it in square foot numbers and give you an idea how big this place is. And it's full of people. Justin is just running. Oh man, he gets perfect.
Oh, that's a
on
great
this ball.
shot. Got a great look here.
We'll come right back across the table for the 5 that's right next to the cue ball next.
How many does he got down there? 3?
He does have 3.
No,
And
that's 4. 5 here when he makes this 5.
Now I'd be looking for something different. That 7 appears to be dead. That 7-13 or 7-12. But you'll pocket this ball, and then if you can just get to the cue ball just to the right of where the 2 ball is, so you can see the 11 ball, you can try to cut that. If he's got an angle, you can just use high English to come across the table for it. Now, hit the rail with a little bit of right, just like that, and
like
there's
that.
his shot.
My.
And now, if he wants to be real aggressive, he's got a great shot here. He can just draw on this ball, draw it hard, and go all the way up to the table, straight draw, pocket the ball that he's shooting. It's the 11 ball.
Yep.
Hit the top rail and come back to the left-hand corner pocket for shape on the 9
Oh,
or
man.
the 10.
I like it.
There's the
Ah.
shot there. It's
I love
it's
it.
a
You get on.
high percentage shot. The only thing you can do wrong is not draw it enough and catch the upper right-hand corner.
I like that a lot, George. Now let's see if we. I think it's there too.
Well, thank you, John Sanchez. He says it's 20,000 square feet. I just doubled it. What the heck? Maybe I was thinking cubic. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Probably, yeah.
He's using extreme draw. He's using that power draw.
Let's see if he can do it.
It's there. It'll go. Oh, see, he cut the side rail and came around. He might have been playing it that way too. A different way to play would just draw it to the head rail and come straight down. Oh, thanks, Chuck.
Oh yeah, yeah. They bought next door. I think
It's 14,000 square feet, so it's getting up there.
Well, yeah, whatever is next door is 14,000 square feet. I think they're doing like a cornhole / something else next door. They just
Oh
bought.
my! So
Yeah.
ESPN has cornhole. They don't have pool, but they have cornhole.
Oh yeah, we're
And
working
now
on it. We're
Bullshitters is
working
going to
on
have cornhole too.
it.
Well, maybe they'll put that on TV.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what they're gonna do with that area. I know I saw a picture with some cornhole boards. Maybe you guys can help us out in the comments. I know some of you guys are up to date. Live music venue, Jim Sanchez says that would be really cool.
We're up to 6 balls now. Justin is
6 balls.
9 balls on the table.
Oh.
3.
We're coming down to it here, George. If Justin wins this one, he is on the hill.
I just can't imagine it's going through Chris's head.
I don't know. I can't help but think that maybe at this point he feels like he has nothing to lose and
Well-
has already written off that money.
Oh, I'm sure he has. But I tell you, he came back a little bit, and but even so, this whole thing started out with Chris winning the first 2 games, then losing 7 games in a row, calling it a day. Then he wins the first game on day 2, loses the next 2 games, wins the next 2, and then loses 5 in a row. And that's day 2. And now today, he's won 2 games, lost 2 games, won a game, lost 2 games, won a game, lost a game. It's just gone back and forth. Today has been his best performance. He won more games today He's won 4 games today, and he lost 5 in the past 2.
Yeah, he's started off hot each and every day. I
Well-
mean, it's just been all Justin after the first couple games of every single day.
Well, the first day, Chris ran the balls real well the first 2 games, and then Justin shot back at him and came pretty close to winning the second game.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the very next game, I think it was Justin. It was all Justin for the next 7 games, and that breaks you down. It really does. It takes a lot of the wind out of your sails. Oh, Jake says he's just sitting there. I'm about to lose. Uh, I think Chris may have already accepted that he's losing the 20 grand.
Yeah,
But
it's
you
never
know something? You
it's-
never. I mean, I can't tell you the number of matches I've been when it's a race to 7, and I'll just sit there and just, come on, George, just have a flashback and do a 7-pack. Run 5 and out here.
Oh yeah.
Run 4 and out here. Run 3 and out here. Whatever it is you need. And of course, the more you think that way, you can't think that way. Just shot by shot, and just do your thing. Control and focus.
Yeah, yeah. All I can really do is just play 100% on every shot and hope for the best at this point. Max effort. Well, that's a lot of mental discipline goes into that, especially at the deficit you're in now.
Yeah,
Play ball in pocket, Vern says. And
that's pretty much it.
That's the caveman complex we all strive for.
It's funny, but when I don't know how you feel about it, but when I get in the zone, and the zone means everything's flowing, and you're
Yeah.
just playing lights out,
Oh yeah.
and you don't even see people. You see people, but you
Man.
don't see the face. You don't know who it is. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
people.
Yeah.
My world is blue.
Oh yeah.
You don't take your eye off the table. You live in a 4.5 by 9 world. That's
Oh.
your whole world.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I know exactly what you're saying. When I'm at my best, I can't even tell you that I'm
Yeah.
running racks. I can't even tell you that.
Did I really run 3 racks?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
kidding. You know?
No, they'll say, "Oh, you just broke and ran." I'm like, "I did."
Yep.
Or they'll say, or you'll just play lock up for 3, 4, 5 games, where you break and run and you play it safe, and yeah,
Here's Chris faced with another tough shot.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Go ahead. I'd go ahead and bank this 6 ball 1 rail. He's going to kick this soft. I'd bank the 6 ball 1 rail. The cue ball's going to go up table towards the 3 off the 1.
I think Justin's at 7. Is that 7 down there?
That is 7 down there.
Okay, I'm gonna adjust it since
Wow.
Tim hasn't done it yet.
I wonder if Chris will just pull up when it gets to 20.
If you'll what?
He'll just pull up and say,
I don't know, for 20 grand, my man. That's well, you know what? I agree, but
well, why do you think guys will? Well, there's a couple of reasons guys don't let you shoot the last ball or the last 2 balls. 1 is to get you out of stroke. 2 is to make you think that, well, why didn't you give me this one? And now you're thinking when you're shooting.
oh yeah,
And 3 is because they don't want to see the loss.
yeah, very true.
And they don't want to see the finality of it. They know you're not going to miss the ball, but, and so I just don't want to see it. Just move on to the next game.
Yeah, I agree.
Any stats? That's a good question, Carson. That would be kind of hard. I just keep stats of the games, not how they went or the number of balls.
Yeah, that'd be a
Um,
lot. I don't really have a stat department around here.
My Excel sheets at home.
Oh yeah.
But I would think that the games Justin, he stole a few games from Chris. There was 2 or 3 games where he came back where Chris had 6 or 7 balls, he had none. He came back and won those games. So he stole more games from Chris than Chris stole from him.
Oh yeah.
And we could tell that by the score. Pretty obvious. But it's just Vern Jones says, I think it was Moscone that said a herd of elephants could run through the room. I'll still stay down on this ball. I'm staying down on the ball. The losses, He's won a few with Chris having one or two balls. He's won more, but it just seems that he's lost Chris has lost most of the games, 2, 3 balls at a time.
Yeah.
No big runs, just 2, 3 balls at a time. The problem is that Justin has made a lot of balls at key moments.
Yep. Yep.
That's been a big, big part of it. At just key moments, and Chris has failed at 90% of his key moments. He's been looking at a 6-ball run. He makes 1 ball or 2 balls, and he bumps another ball, and no longer is in shape, or he gets up behind the ball and can't do a thing. And then the other thing is, Justin will remove a bunch of balls from his hole, put them in front of his hole, get 2 kisses, and still get safe.
Yep. Yep.
I can't tell you the number of times I saw him shoot at something, sell out a 6-ball run, and then the last rolling ball came over and took everything away.
Very true. Yeah. I
So
think
it's
you
been-
pointed that out quite a bit at home yesterday.
Yeah, when I was
you're
on the
watching.
computer, I was watching. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
I watch for a lot of and we already talked about this, Justin, but I'm saying
Mhm.
for this, I watch for a lot of the intangibles, the stuff that you don't really see.
Yeah, the subtleties.
Yeah, little subtleties, and they have really shown up in this match. I don't know why. I really don't know why.
Oh, it's awfully weird sometimes. Can't discredit what Justin has done this set, but I absolutely agree that it seems like everything that could go right did for Justin, everything that could go wrong for Chris did as well. And sometimes that's the life of a pool player too,
Yeah,
man. It
exactly.
just seems like some days are like that.
Well, Murphy said it best. If it can go wrong, it will.
I like that.
Chris makes a good point. The way this match has been played, the way it's turned out, the spot could have been or should be reversed, he says.
Oh yeah. Well, the way it's been.
Actually, Chris Lulick knows both these guys very well.
Yep.
He plays with Chris quite a bit. Chris, tell us just how far do you think Chris's game has been these past 3 days?
Oh yeah.
I've heard from a lot of people. I haven't seen Chris play in a long, long time, and so I can't tell just how good he's been hitting the ball. But I've heard from a lot of people he's been hitting the ball very good, and it's night and day to what they've seen here the last 3 days to what they've seen, the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks. And game number 20.
Yeah, that's gonna put him on the hill here, George. I'm starting to feel it a little bit.
20-9. So can Chris rattle off 12 games in a row? First and foremost, I'm not staying that long. I'm driving back to Tucson.
Oh man,
I like what he says here. Lulick, I love it. I love it, Lulu. Chris, the poker player, showed up. Wheeze stayed home.
Oh, that's well put, Lulu. Yeah. I'll tell you what, George, I mentioned it a few times yesterday, but if I told you, I mean, you had no trouble betting on Justin if you wanted to get, I mean,
Yeah, you said it the very first day.
yeah,
And
yeah,
you want to take any bets? Everybody will bet again on Chris.
yeah, yeah.
Just think how everybody feels right now.
Oh yeah. If I gave you, I said it a bunch yesterday, but if I gave you Chris plus 10 games, how much money would you have lost? I imagine a lot of people in the comments would have lost some serious dough, maybe their house.
Well, I've got to say this.
We got a long way to go.
I don't bet. I rarely bet on pool matches.
Uh-huh.
I'll give you an example. The World Pool Championships. There was a 16-player invitational.
Mm-hmm.
I picked 13 out of the 16 matches
Did you?
and picked the winners.
Oh man.
The 2 finalists, I picked them, and I picked who would win. Using Fargo data.
Oh yeah.
I picked Co to win the U.S. Open.
Oh, you did.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Even
Over
though
Federer?
over Federer.
Wow, that's a bold statement, man.
In fact, it's on Facebook. I can't remember. I think Scott Frost put a post on. He says, "I want to see I just want to see in the comments who somebody taken." And I rarely do that
Yep.
because
Yep.
it feels like I jinx my player. And I put Poping Chung, you know. Um, sometimes I'm able to pick him, sometimes I'm not. That's everybody, but I still don't bet on pool matches.
Yep. Yep.
You see, like right here, does he have a window to see this 3 ball? You can't get by the 7, can he?
On the 3.
Can you go between the 11 and the 7 to get to either one of those 2 balls?
He can. So I can see down the barrel of it. He can get to the point, the outside point between the 3 and the 13. That's
Okay,
all
so
he
if
can
he
see.
hits there, if he happens to hit the 3 ball, he's scratching. But if not, he can kick this ball real soft and stay right there. Again, subtleties, a window where there shouldn't be one.
Oh yeah.
No,
Oh.
finally. Vern Jones says, I didn't have that problem, Justin. He says, I placed my money on Justin from the get go.
Oh yeah. But would you have had Justin -10?
Jake, I saw Windows Open do that. And I actually, at that point in time, I I texted Molina Mike a picture I took of the head-to-head matches that I get on Fargo.
Oh yeah.
I get these head-to-head matches. They showed Alexa Pichal and Federer, and it showed Pichal winning every match of the past 5 matches.
Oh really?
Yeah. And then I sent it to Mike, and Mike says, I think somehow those results are reversed. So I went back and checked, and because it showed Pichal beating Federer twice in Ohio at the Predator Pro Video Series.
Oh
So
really?
I just went to the rankings
Yeah.
that I can get to, and he was right. They were reversed. So I got to let Mike Page at the Fargo know that head to head can show him reversed. And instead of Federer losing all 5 matches, he won all 5 matches.
Yeah.
Which, if I'm using Fargo to weight my matches, is heavily in my bad favor. It's not good for me.
Oh yeah.
So, and I think I had noticed in a couple of matches when I was doing some head-to-head matches on some of the tournament matches that I like to use that information for. And I says, no, I remember that match, and he won that match. But meanwhile, we're what could be the last game. And guys, by the way, I kind of like having the chat open. I usually don't have it open. I will check it sometimes when I'm doing some of the Predator events or some of the CSI events.
Yeah.
I will check the YouTube chat every once in a while. But the guys in there are so brutal.
Oh
they're
yeah.
so brutal that when I'm doing commentary, it can be distracting. So I don't do it anymore.
Oh yeah.
I rarely check. Sometimes I'll check.
Tell you what, I think when you know them, when like specifically out here in Arizona, like when it just seems like when someone gets behind a keyboard and they don't know you, they feel free to
Exactly.
just say whatever they want.
Exactly.
But when they're like to your face, they're like, oh, they'll compliment you. But like, it's much, it's much nicer out here, and these local events that they always just have nothing but good stuff to say for the most part. And it's we really appreciate it. All the compliments and everybody tuning in for this event.
Yep.
Thank you, Bull Shooters, for hosting this. I can't say enough about them.
They've been great through the whole. Well, they're great all the time. I mean, Mike Bates is getting inducted into the Hall of Fame on the meritorious.
How cool is
you know,
that?
and that happens to be because he contributes to everything that happens, adds to most tournaments, lends itself out for most tournaments. You name it, you can have it here at Bull Shooters. He goes way up and above what he has to do for anything. even if it cost him business.
Yeah, yeah.
But Lulick says, he says Chris isn't playing much, and when he's on his game, he's probably stealing here. Well, I think Justin has picked up his game from where it was when they played before, a lot from where it was before, and I think maybe he might have surprised Chris a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And so if it happens again, I think somebody's going to prepare a lot better,
Oh, no doubt.
and someone's going to keep preparing, so his game's going to keep going up.
Oh, no doubt. Justin's absolutely one of the up and comers here.
Nice bank on this 10 ball.
Uh-oh.
One of my favorite banks.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't know how you can miss that, even though I do all the time. But
Right.
I mean, it's
It
simple.
feels
Just-
and looks
just-
good though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It just yeah, exactly.
For us mere mortal players that
Now, well, when you play
miss
that
that all the
bank
time.
shot 20 times per rack,
Oh yeah.
that means you missed it quite a few because you only need 8.
Yeah, yeah. True. Oh, we're coming down to it here, George.
I like JR's comment. I stopped betting on pool after Mike LeBron versus Buddy Hall. Yeah, so did everybody on ESPN and everybody that bets, and all the professional pool tournaments died after that.
Oh gosh.
And JR, that's exactly why I don't bet on pool matches.
All right, you got to fill me in, man. I was
Mike
born in
LeBron and Buddy
born
Hall?
in '94.
I think Buddy Hall had to dog like 5 straight in 9 balls
Oh gosh.
because they had already set everything up, and it was bet that he would take it off because the odds.
Oh really?
Yes.
Man.
LeBron was like a 20-1 favorite or something. Everybody bet on him and just raked Vegas pretty bad.
Yep, yep.
And that's exactly a big part of it. Chris Lulick is Justin's been shooting free all night, all 3 days.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of pool. I really wanted to see this thing. I mean, obviously, it's not over. Anything can happen, but that being said, I really wanted to see this one come down to it and see the nerves really kick in. Doesn't
Yeah.
doesn't look like it's gonna come down to that, but I've
Well,
seen crazier things happen.
I was going to answer it. I did have Victor in the quarters. I had him losing the Yap, and he did.
Oh, look at you, man.
Well, keep in mind I get to see. Thanks.
Oh, you're good. Thanks so
Keep in
much.
mind I get to see Yap play quite a bit
Oh,
on the Predator Pro Billiards series.
yeah. I really like the way how far Yap's game. Well, I don't want to say how far his game has come, but how much success he's had of recently.
Folks, I have a feeling my voice is back. Almost. One more shot of one more shot of this. One more sip of this tequila.
Oh, what a shot there. Time stamp it, even though it's coming down to it.
Can he make this? I think he can make this 6 and come down for the 2 balls underneath the 6 that he's shooting now to the corner pocket.
Yeah. Chris showing a little bit of life here.
He's really looking at it. I guess it's real tight.
Well, Jerry Stuckert says back it and jack it. Yeah. If you can convince Justin to do that,
I guess he couldn't. He was trying to play it off the floor, maybe. But just little things like that. That's a lot of balls he could have run there.
yep, very true.
Lu Peng, It's like a nightmare that never ends. I'm telling you right now, Chris is going to have nightmares. She's going to wake up in the middle of the night thinking of shots, this shot or that shot.
Oh yeah, waking up in a cold sweat thinking about this match.
I still have a shot that bothers me to this day, and it happened way back like in 1985 or 89, something like that.
Hit me with it, George. How much money did it
Oh
cost
no,
you?
it only cost me 100 a set, so I lost 200.
Okay.
I don't bet big. I don't bet big.
Oh,
Never
yeah, no
have.
doubt.
But I'm playing these two Filipino players that came through Arizona.
Yep.
It's been quite. It's in the 80s sometime, I think it was. It might have been in the 90s. I'm not sure, but they came through Tucson. They had been through all through Phoenix, and they beat everybody in Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
And they come down to Tucson, and so I played them 100 a set. And so the first set, I think I lose 9-6, race
Yep.
to 9
Yep.
for 100. In the second set, it's like a spot shot, but I have to stretch, and I just took it for granted. And it's my out shot, and it's hill, and I miss it, and I lose the set.
Oh
So I
man.
pay off, and the Filipino that what I thought was the stake horse, the older guy, he says, we just went through Phoenix, and he says, you gave us a better game of anybody up there.
No kidding.
Well, of course he's going to say that. He wants me to bet again.
Oh yeah.
He wants me to play some more.
Oh yeah.
Did I take it as a compliment?
Yeah,
It
you
may have been a
absolutely did.
left-handed. It may have been a left-handed compliment, and well, since I'm left-handed, I took it that way. No, but no, it stuck with me for a long time. But I'll never forget the spot shot that I missed, and
Yep.
I've never missed it since.
Oh yeah, let your ego take the compliment for a minute, man. You deserve it.
Well, I'll let my pocketbook not take it. That's why I didn't play again.
Mm-hmm. Now feed the ego and hide the wallet, man.
That's
You're
right.
just fine.
I like that. Feed the ego and hide the wall. Let's see if I can. Another great shot. I missed another great shot by sitting there talking. Jeez. Got a shot on the 5.
Oh yeah, no, it was a little bit earlier.
Okay.
He banked I forgot which ball it was, but he
Yeah.
banked kind of banked and caromed it off a ball kind of up where the spot was, and it came back towards his hole.
He's got a great shot here on this 5 ball. Just draw this between the 8 and the 10 there for shape on the 4 at the bottom of the stack there for the left-hand corner pocket, and just make the ball. It's just natural. Just run it into the 10. It doesn't come out too far. It's just natural. He's not drawing the ball enough. See, he followed. I would have drawn and held for shape, but he made the ball. Who cares?
Oh, it's rolling off. It's rolling off.
Oh, it didn't come out there a lot. Wow, that was very
Wow.
noticeable. That was very noticeable. See, I can guarantee you that ball would not have rolled off on me. You know why? Mine would have had some pace on it
Oh yeah.
because I'm drawing the ball and coming over.
Oh man, that ball rolled off. That was brutal. Should have leveled it. Yeah,
But you know something? That's the first time I've seen it roll off like that. We've been here for 3 days now,
Yeah.
and I never saw that roll before, and I've seen several shots come down like that.
I've only seen one like that. It was a little bit earlier, same pace, just rolled out of that pocket. But I agree. On day 1 and 2, I didn't see any like that.
Now, my question is, did they clean it every day?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, that's
But
Pete. Who's Pete?
I think Rich is messing around.
Pete Sullivan?
Oh yeah, probably. Probably giving Peter a hard time. Love my boy Peter.
Yeah, Jerry Stucker wants to ice the pool table. Zamboni between racks, between sets, between racks. How long between the? I don't know. I just wonder how long it's going to take Chris to get over this one. And you do have to respect the fact that it was pretty evident from day one that Chris was in a bad game. Losing seven. I mean, when you lose 7 games in a row, one pocket, I'm pulling up.
Oh,
Somebody beats me 7 games in a row, and even if we're just playing for $20 a game, and I can't make a ball, my opponent can't do anything wrong. I'm pulling up, and I'm saying I'll come back for it later. But today is not the day.
yeah,
But
yeah.
he couldn't do this year.
Yeah, I really thought we'd see it, Tim mentioned it a few times. I really thought we were gonna see a different Chris on day 2. I don't
We
know if it
did
was,
for the first 2 games.
yeah, yeah.
They took an hour apiece, and I can tell you right now, when you're not playing a lot of pool and you're taking an hour a game, it's just crazy that you don't want to allow yourself to take that long between games for a game. Chris makes a point here. He says this is couch change for Chris. It might be couch change, but a beating like this hurts your ego.
Oh,
No
yeah.
matter how much you're betting.
Yeah, no, I think
Hurts mine.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's yeah, I heard a theory the other day and I heard a theory the other day. What bothers me sometimes is, I mean, some players do it better than others, but what bothers me sometimes is the best players in the state don't play each other very often. I mean, it rarely comes about. Somebody said the other day, it's they want that sense of intimidation about them, and if they get waxed by another top pro in the state on stream or in a big match like that, kind of kind of kind of kills their ego a little bit. It feeds into what you're saying right now. It does kill you. It doesn't matter what kind of amount of money it is. It does kill
It's the
your ego
beating
a
that
little
hurts
bit.
you. Yeah, exactly. Well, pool is like anything else. In work, for instance, let's say you're in sales.
Yeah.
You sell 2 or 3, make 2 or 3 sales, and you work off of those. You fly off of those. Your confidence goes up. Your close rate goes up. Everything goes up because you're, what is it? Building blocks all the way up the ladder, working your way up, working off your successes.
Oh, no doubt.
Pool's the same way. You have 2, 3 good matches where you win. Then you have a real good win, and now you're flying high. Your ego's up there. Your stroke's nice and smooth. You're comfortable, and so as far as players playing each other, the top players, there's too much easy action out there. Why play each other?
Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
and most of the top players are playing for a living, so uh, let's go for what's not going to affect our lifestyle.
Oh, I agree. I agree. It just as a fan of pool, it sucks. I want to see. I want to see the big action, man.
Yeah, this is good here. Chris says it's couch change, and Vern says, I want to sit on his couch.
Right.
I'm liking this chat.
Oh yeah, man. No, it's great. I tell you, man. When you're not in you do all the pro matches and stuff, so you gotta hear the worst side, the brutality of the pool world, and the worst people. Not the worst
I
people, but the ones that don't know you on a personal level,
Yeah.
that feel like they can take shots just to get a rise. But but these guys, oh my gosh, they keep it entertaining,
Well,
man.
and this is fun to interact. I don't get to interact. I
Oh,
can't because
absolutely.
the people on the YouTube channel or stuff like that, I tell you that some of them can be really bad. See, now there's Preacher again trying to match up in the chat room.
Oh man.
Always,
Oh,
always.
stirring the pot, man. Can't hate it. I think there's a lot of players that would love to watch you play a little one hole, George.
I've played Ron. We had a little and he almost came away pretty good there.
Oh yeah? Carson Jeffrey says, I'd like to watch Lulu and Ruben Silva. I don't know.
Lulu and Ruben Silva. Uh, that'd be a good race. That'd be a good match.
That would be a really good match.
It's a flip of a coin. I think it depends on what table they play on, the 7-foot or the 9-foot.
Oh, I don't know. They're just stirring up action in the comments. I don't think nothing will come of it, but it's out there. Jake says, has Chris had the, this is a great question for you, George. Jake says, has Chris had the advantage when the game has gone up table? I'll tell you my take on it and then you go ahead.
Okay.
I thought Chris would. I thought it would play into his experience, but more often than not, Justin's come out with it. So what's your take on it?
Justin has more patience
No? Oh, okay, there you go.
because both those games, those 3 or 4 games that Chris played, he won a couple of them,
Yep, yep.
but he lost a couple because of the lack of patience.
Oh yeah. Try to force something to happen.
Yep. So they broke about even in those.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I appreciate the chat. I appreciate you guys interacting with us. It makes it fun.
It sure does.
Makes it fun. It is a long day for us, especially when I appreciate you, George. It's been a long day for you specifically, man.
Yeah, I was online with you guys last night, but at least I was in the comfort of my home last night.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, you got to type in your thoughts instead of talking about it.
I did too much of it because you guys were having a blast in the booth.
Yeah, that's what we do,
know.
But I can tell you shot for shot and rotation and I'm pretty good at that. But and when it comes to this is all new to me, man.
Right. Justin, here's the difference between rotation and one pocket. In rotation, the balls dictate what you're going to shoot next.
Oh yeah.
In one pocket, the balls don't do it. You have 3 or 4 different shots that'll work, and you have to decide which one's going to work the best and why.
Yep. Yep.
And there's a good example of another missed opportunity. But also keep in mind, Chris doesn't play a lot of pool. He has now played for what, 8 hours in a row, 2 days in a row, 3 days in a row.
Yeah, just about.
Okay.
Just about.
That wears you down.
Oh, no doubt. That's something we haven't. I was gonna bring that up a little bit earlier. That's something we haven't.
I can't play 5 hours or 6 hours.
Yeah.
I start going downhill like this.
Yeah, that's something I was gonna mention to you before that we haven't really brought up a whole lot. I think it's hard not to mention the fatigue factor that comes into this, man. It's a lot of pool.
It's not physical, it's mental. Especially when you're getting beat on like this.
Oh yeah.
It really brings your mental down.
Oh yeah. Especially if you start feeling that 3-4 hours in, and then you gotta hang in there another 4 hours while getting waxed. I'm not saying Chris specifically here. I'm just saying I've been in that spot before.
Good shot by Justin. But just watch the shots. Watch how methodical Justin is, how he executes, and then watch Chris. Who's been playing the more pool? Who's more mental at this stage right now?
Yeah. He's absolutely. That's something that Justin. I believe Justin has a bit of an ex-military background. I'm not saying that has a lot to do with anything, but does have an ex-military background in a part of him, and he just as a, I consider myself a friend of his. He's probably, arguably, one of the most mentally disciplined people I know, just in general in life. But on top of that, players, he can sit there. Yep, John Sanchez says the Marine Corps, but just I can see him sit there and shoot the same shot for 30, 45, 50 minutes in a row. He just 100%er. I love his game, love his attitude. He's a good guy. Don't want his head to get too big. I better stop now.
Now, my question is he going to put some inside English on this and go 3 rails around to, up to where the 5 is? Try to get up there and get on the 7 or the, is it the 12? 2 balls by the side of the 4 in the middle on the spot? Nope. Well, that's not his hole. Never mind. I thought that was his hole.
Been a long day, George. Been a long
Well,
day.
you know what the problem is? I'm used to doing the commentary off the monitor. Right now, I have, geez, that's loud.
Oh yeah.
I'm watching the table, and then when I don't watch the table, when I'm talking to somebody, I have a tendency of looking over at them. So I look over here, and I don't see what goes on the table, and I forget which hole goes where.
Oh yeah. No, coming back and forth.
It's happened several times tonight with Frank.
Yeah, I've been all monitor on this side. Yesterday I was all table because I was on your side, but
Yeah.
but but you get seniority because you're the big dog, so I moved over.
Well,
so I get the monitor.
I will say one thing about your monitor is if you could make this make the table a lot bigger, because you'd be able to see the balls better and everything.
Oh yeah.
And if you could extend that and make that bigger, it would really help.
Oh yeah. I would have done that
Because-
earlier had you mentioned it, but
Yeah.
right now this machine might break on me.
Okay. Yeah, don't touch it now. But as a commentator, I'm used to you looking at this whole screen
Yep.
is
Yep.
the table.
Oh yeah.
So we can see the monitor real good.
Oh yeah.
But sometimes, like in Austria last year,
Yep.
we weren't even in the same room.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody was out of and we were in a back room in an alley. And
Oh,
the
that's
same
brutal.
in Wisconsin. We were
That-
back behind the wall in an alley,
That is
and just
brutal.
to monitor. So it's much more important for us to have a really good screen, so we can see everything. You see, as commentators, all we really need is the screen and this. That's it. That'd be the chat and the table. So I don't need to see sponsors and logos and things like that unless you're working on it all the time, and we really haven't been touching it. So that works fine.
Yep, that's a little better there. No one at home knows what I'm talking about.
Well, Justin has this cut on the 2. I like to shoot this. Go ahead and shoot this with a little speed and get up on the 15 ball, the one next to the 6 in the middle of the table up on top, and then proceed to try to run out all 4 of those balls, and then come down for the 7 or the 13. But I like to come all the way up for the ball up in the middle of the table. He still would have had cover, by hanging it up, but it wouldn't have been traveling as slow. That's a smooth stroke shot. You'll get up there.
Oh, Vern says Chris is ex-military too.
No.
I didn't know that.
Jerry, next gig is Austria. October, fly up there right after the Hall of Fame banquet, Sunday morning. And then from that, going to Puerto Rico, and that should pretty much end it for the year. You might be in Austria since it's a women's World 10 ball.
Oh,
That's right. He was doing some work with the women there last year.
no, that's cool. Oh, I've been there. I've been there.
Now, do we have a bank shot?
Oh,
That's okay. You're fine. No, we do have a bank shot on this ball right in the middle of the table there. It looks like the 4 ball. And just follow the cue ball down a little bit. Just don't sell out the 12 next to it.
Talk about the 5 there. Oh, look at that.
The
I
shot.
think he got. Oh, I thought he had it. I'm gonna adjust something real quick, just to make sure we have. Just to make sure we have. There we go. And save it. Hold on 1 second. The mixer, I believe. Save changes. There we go. I just want to make sure audio is working there. All right.
See now, and another thing that Justin's been doing that's very effective. Oh, they're asking for a player interview. I don't
I'll tell
know.
you what, that would
It would work pretty nice, but keep in mind, Chris has just lost 20 grand. Do you think he wants to talk?
maybe a winner interview would probably be the best idea.
He wants to
if
go
we do.
spend it.
Oh yeah.
He's got a family. He wants to go home. Hey, honey, look what I got.
Oh yeah. No, I think he would be enthusiastic enough about maybe just a little 30-second. How do you feel?
Sure.
Blah blah blah. I'm not saying anything has to come
I think
about
he
it.
would do a good job with that interview.
Oh man, stop it. we can we'll see what comes about. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. Chris always wants to talk. Vern says. No, that's funny. No. I don't think I could sit here. I don't think I could sit here. I mean, if Chris does lose this match and then sit here and have the heart,
To ask
because
some
you know
questions.
I'm a sympathetic guy, you
What do
know,
you
and
think the difference was? You know,
oh yeah,
what
I'd
pertinent
feel bad.
questions could you really ask?
Yeah, it's just what could you
You know,
what
the
could you have done
question.
better? When's the rematch? What you
Yeah,
know,
the
were you nervous coming into it? I don't know, you know.
Yeah, well, the question I'd ask him is, when did you sit there, or did you sit there and think I'm in a bad game? I can see by the way you came out on day 2 that you knew you had to make changes in the game from day 1. But
Yeah.
why didn't you stick to those changes?
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
those would be some questions I like to ask him. But I won't do it now. I'll do it sometime down the road when I get together with him for whatever.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. Maybe we can get a quick, or at least one of us can get a quick interview of the winner if it comes about tonight, which
Sure. Do you have a hand mic or
no, I don't think
so
so.
we'd have to put headphones on him.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would you know what? We'd have to mic him up. We'd have to give him one of the headsets.
Yeah.
I think you're the man for the job there if it comes
Well,
down to it, if you want to do it, but
I'll do it. I'll be glad to sit in here and do it with Justin. And
oh,
I'd like to do it with Chris if he's okay with it. But see, those are the questions I want to
Yeah.
ask him. And those are questions that he wants to reflect on before he even tries to answer them.
yeah, those are the tough questions,
Yeah.
man. That's true. I agree. I think getting the winner is a must, and then we'll see. We'll see what happens.
And you know, for interviews, Donkey Pool Productions charges more. So go to your PayPal and I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, guys. And he's going for the spank shot? Well, oh boy. Okay, Chris, he's got a shot here with position for the 1. Just to draw back. You might have to draw back for position in the 15. On this table, on on a lot of tables, I might follow this ball all the way up, down, and all the way up for the ball in the middle of the table. But see, he had to go there. And he had outside English on that with draws, which drove it to the right instead of straight back. Now he's got a bank shot on the 12th ball I would have played position for. He's played nice position for it by drawing it or banked. Is that hard enough? It looks like no, it's not.
It's gonna come up short. Good
Gonna
line.
check.
Good line though.
Jerry makes some good points for you guys in the chat there. Jerry says he spoke with both players and Chris was loose, but Chris is always loose prior.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's
And
a bit
Justin
of his
was
personality.
talking about last night's sleep. I thought Frank did give us some very good information.
Oh, no doubt. Really appreciate
I like
Frank.
banking this 10 ball. This leaves the bank. And here comes this ball. Is that in? That's see, it's shots like that he's been coming with for 3 days.
Oh, no doubt. He's been banking incredible all week.
Oh, those bank shots have just been so consistent and right in the heart of the pocket.
Yeah, Justin's clearly put in the time leading up to this event or to this match, really.
The ball count now is 4-1. Two railer on this one ball. Got to be careful with the speed here. Oh, he just getting the cue ball back. Oh, I'm sorry. I had it wrong. It's 3-2. Wrong pockets again. That's why I said he was going to two rail to one.
Oh, yeah, it's tough going monitor, table, especially in one pocket.
Well, back cut. Goes into the 14. Is it worth shooting? He may be able to bank the 14. He can bank the 14, but it's hard to get it past the 8. It'll be very close to the 8 if he hits it good. I'd rather bank the 14 than play this 12 ball. He wouldn't. He made the ball.
Are you talking about the 13 there? Yeah, that was a great shot.
That was the 12.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was the pink one. Yeah, the 13 is up by the 3 ball at the head of the table. Yeah, I've been confusing those two balls on these TV balls. You know, that pink 4, it's kind of a pinkish orange, and it's just hard to tell the difference with the lighting, for me anyway.
Wow, he's cueing it. He cued that ball real well.
While Womi Fu says some people think this was a real match. Interesting comment.
Yeah. Seen a few of those.
Yeah. You know, in reference to that, I heard this said a long time ago, and as a person that has a tendency to dog some balls sometimes, dogging and dumping look very much alike.
Very true. Very true.
Sometimes you miss a ball so much, you know, you dog it so bad, your arm freezes up, whatever the reasons are. You know, it looks like you missed it on purpose.
we at here?
Shannon to the bar for a closeout. Shannon to the bar for a closeout, please.
Did you hear anything about that term? Sorry. No, my gosh, that's so loud.
I know. It's just it just rings in my ears.
It's obnoxiously loud.
But it has to be because it's loud in here
Oh,
overall.
yeah, no, this place is popping off, man. It's a good spot. But anyways, did you hear anything about the winner of the tournament going off to the side over there? And I
Winner
think
of-
there was a big Scotch doubles tournament, or at least a high dollar Scotch doubles tournament.
What do you mean going off to the side?
Oh, I think on the bar boxes they had some kind of Scotch doubles thing going on.
Yes.
Did you see the winner of that?
No, I have no idea who it was. I saw there were some guys from Tucson here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was kind of a cool event.
Yeah,
I
it was
think.
1,200 and under.
Yep, yep. I was thinking about getting onto that until this was going on. I figured I'd.
624. It's hard to find a good partner.
Oh yeah, very true. Well,
575.
yeah, you can get around 575.
You
I
know,
think-
for the bar box of 550 is a good number.
Yeah, that's very true. They run a lot of 1100 and under tournaments, and I run into trouble there, where. I mean,
Yeah, it's hard to
what's the-
find somebody that can make. You start getting down there and you can leave the guy straight in. They're still missing
Oh, I
something.
know. You
Yeah,
can
it's
play good
frustrating.
safe, give them ball in hand, and then they rattle the ball in hand. And you're like, oh my gosh.
Well, Chris has a shot here. Which one's he going to take? The 15 ball or the 14? The 14 might sell out the 15. So decisions. Oh, he's made it, so it doesn't matter. Oh, it's coming out. Still stayed. It didn't go in. The ball came out.
I'm looking for his reaction to see if it rolled off a little.
He looked up at me to see if I saw it roll off. I did.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell from my end. I was between the monitor and the table. Up.
It rolled off. It didn't roll off more than about a quarter inch. But that was enough. It was inside the pocket till that, and you see where it's at now.
Oh yeah.
It ain't coming out. Although, can you remember that shot that Chris took out that looked impossible to take out?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was deep.
That was I couldn't believe Frank and I almost fell out of our chairs when he took that out.
Oh, that was unbelievable. Yeah, I was sitting over there, and that old Tim waved me down and said, "Highlight." So we got a timestamp on that one. That will be a part of our video for sure.
Daniel Pauly says, "Could have picked me. I identify as a 576."
Oh, gosh. Yeah, he's
You know,
like
guys,
630
as
something.
far as identity goes, I went to the bank the other day and I asked for $1 million, and I said, "It's because I identify as a millionaire." They said, "Nope, you ain't got the money." Out.
Oh man. Finals of the Scotch: Junior Carrizosa, Anton, and Bobby Atkinson, and PJL is what I'm gonna say.
Leatua. Leatua. Aul. Wow, that's a good one.
Oh, I bet you get some pretty interesting ones.
Oh,
in
yeah.
the Pro
I
Tour
practice 'em all.
overseas.
When I see
Yeah.
the player list,
Oh yeah.
I try to go over them. And what I'll do is I'll spell them in a way that I can pronounce them.
Oh yeah. Right.
Like Yushushin, Konrad Yushushin, the Polish player. It only has one vowel and it's like 12 or 13 letters. It's all C's, Z's, and Y's,
Oh.
and a couple
okay.
of N's.
Oh, he
But it's
nailed it.
pronounced Yushushin. And the way I do it is I ask the players, how do you pronounce it? And so now I spell that for myself. It's USHUSHUN, Yushushin.
Oh my
That's the only way you
gosh.
can pronounce it.
How do you pronounce? Is it Aloysius? Yeah.
Aloysius.
Aloysius. Okay.
Everybody says Aloysius. And no, I asked him, and he
Aloysius.
goes, it's Aloysius.
Aloysius. All right. Got it. Aloysius Yap.
And I've been criticized on YouTube and in the chat. I've seen it. Guy can't even pronounce his name. It's Aloysius. Yes, brain face. my comment to you. When you ask the player how he wants it pronounced, and I try to do my best to do that, then you come tell me how to
Okay.
pronounce it.
Sometimes
I work hard at that. I actually take pride in that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I bet. No, You know what's funny is sometimes there's like a universal understanding of how to pronounce a name, and then you ask the guy, and he's like, "I just let it go," but it's actually this. And
Well,
then you sound dumb for saying it right.
yeah,
That's
because the other people don't say it right because he's made that comment to them. I says, I don't want to let it go. I want to know how you would like your name pronounced.
oh yeah.
I'll give you a great one. That's Francisco Sanchez Reese. Okay.
Yep.
First time I met him, I asked him. He says, "Well, just say Francisco Sanchez. Don't use the Reese." And
Yep.
yet everybody, it's FSR and FS, and
Oh,
Francisco Sanchez Reese. Other commentators, Reese. They won't say Sanchez.
Yep.
You know.
It's FSR to me.
Yep. But they're a fun group. You get to know these guys, and they're actually pretty cool guys. All of them. You don't get much attitude from any of them. At least I haven't.
Oh, Carson Jeffrey says, how does Dennis Orcullo like
Orculio.
it Orculo?
Orculo.
Orculio?
Orculo. Yeah.
Orculo.
Because in the Philippines, the double L is pronounced like a Y in Spanish.
Okay.
And so you ask Dennis, and he'll say Orculo.
Oh, okay. I see what you're
And
saying.
someone with a to me, if I looked at that name and it was Spanish, I would say Orcullo.
Yep. Yep.
But to tell you the truth, if I'm not mistaken, his name is actually with a O instead of a U. But they spelled it wrong on his passport, and he lets it slide that way.
Oh, there
That's
you
what
go.
that's what I was told. I don't know how accurate that is, but that's what I was told.
All right, I'll tell you what, George. We're down to the last ball for Justin here. Looks like,
Doesn't have a shot unless he shoots the 13.
Yep, he needs one more ball. Yeah.
He's just going to open him up a little bit and bring the cue ball all the way down. He's gonna let Chris try a bank at something and give him the bank shot.
But Justin's got a $20,000 ball on the table somewhere. If he can get to it.
He's actually got 11 or 12 games on the table.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's got to be. It's close, and I'm sure Chris is feeling the pain here.
Oh, no doubt.
Can you two rail this and not hit that 13? Is that a kick bank or is he two railing?
It almost looks like he's kicking it.
It's a good shot. We can kick it just like that.
Oh.
And then look at this cue ball.
Wow, that is a
Look at
great
this
cue ball.
I mean, when a guy's doing that to you consistently and you're giving him weight,
Yeah,
it's tough.
he's coming with it, man.
No rail. Nothing on top got a rail either. That I could see. One more, Justin. One more.
One more.
That reminds me of a joke, but I can't say it on the air.
Oh, man. You have to tell me off.
I still feel like saying it. Joven is joven. That's how you would pronounce it in Spanish. Joven said joven. He could bank this and possibly make the 3 on the same shot. He's going with inside English though.
Oh, did he do
And
it? Did he
ball.
do it, George?
Oh, I thought he made the ball.
Oh, I did too. That was almost it. Oh man, I tell you what, if he made that ball, I think this place would have got pretty loud. We got some sweaters and some spectators sitting around waiting for the finale of this. I'm not. It doesn't have to end here, but
But this is tough. To take this ball out is tough.
oh no, that's gonna line up for him. That's a $20,000 three ball. Oh my blood's pumping.
Chris is looking from. You didn't have to get that kiss. He hit the ball pretty good to take everything out, and the kiss sends both balls, not one ball, sends both balls.
Oh shoot, I forgot
To
the
his
14
opponents.
was there.
Yeah.
I was just watching the 3. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is it here.
Sells out both balls.
It's gonna do it. Wow.
Wow, folks, what a match! 3 days, race to 21, and Justin Turner has just defeated Chris in a way that no one, including Chris, expected.
No,
But
no.
the only person that thought this might happen is Justin.
Oh, that was great. Oh, that was fun. Congratulations, Justin, on the big matchup. If you don't mind, we'll take a second to shout out our sponsor, Southwest Billiards. That's actually Justin Turner, Digital Pool, making our lives easier with the scoreboard. Mike Gwynn. Trying to think.
Realty One Group, Mike Gwynn, Go
Oh,
Play Pool,
Yes, sir.
and John Sanchez with Qualtech Air Conditioning and Heating.
Yeah, thanks everyone for making this.
Don't
Making
forget
this
Boat
possible.
Shooters. The staff here has been great. They've made everything possible for everyone here.
Yeah, they've
We've
been
got Rick Schmitz taking pictures, people shaking hands. We'll see if we can get Justin in the booth here for you.
yeah. If you
Yeah,
guys
see, hey, write some of the questions you might want to ask. Some of you guys in the chat, since you're there, let's see. I'll try to. If there's too many of them, I'll write a few down and we'll pick some. Turner. There you go.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we can get Justin in the booth here in a little bit if you want to, within the next couple minute or two. But if you guys want to stay tuned,
Christine
maybe-
King, here's one for you. This comes from I don't know if anybody in the chat's familiar with this movie, but it's a funnier than heck movie. It's from way back when. I don't even know what year it was. It's Zorro the Gay Blade with George Hamilton.
Yep.
It's 2 bids, 4 bids, 6 bids a peso, all for Justin. Stand up and say so.
Oh my god.
How's that?
Oh, that's good. How much cash did he actually win? He won 20 grand.
20 grand.
20K each. All right. Well, let me see. I'm gonna get with Justin. Try to get him in the booth with you here for a minute, George.
Sounds
just while
good.
you're still
I'll stay
here,
right here.
if that's okay with you.
Sure.
I really appreciate you, man.
Okay, I still haven't seen any questions.
Oh yeah.
John Sanchez, thank you very much. Great sponsorship, buddy. Qualtech Air Conditioning and Heating. Vern Jones, thank you, sir. Just put those on. He's on right now. Yeah, because we don't have a mic, so we're gonna put those on you, and LBR will hear you, and everybody in there will hear you. Okay, are you ready here, guys? Here's your winner, Justin Turner.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Tell us about Southwest.
About Southwest Billiards?
That's your business. We'll go there first, and then ask you a couple questions about your match.
Yeah, so Southwest Billiards is a billiard store that offers billiard products. Also sell diamond pool tables, dealer and distributor for diamond through Southwest Billiards, and then service and maintenance, residential and commercial.
Perfect. And how do they find you? Website.
Website, it'll be S as in Sierra, W as in whiskey, southwestbilliards.com.
swsouthwest.com.
Mhm.
Now, Justin came out to my house and fixed my table in a jiffy one night. Him and Kurt
Yep.
came by the house at it was almost midnight. They came by the house to fix my table.
Yeah.
So that tells you how dedicated he is to that. Now, get back to this match. How did this match come about? What made you guys want to play each other for 20 grand?
Thank you, Chris.
Chris, if you don't mind, can I get an interview? Or you okay? Chris will wait. That's awesome. There you go, guys. We'll have the winner, and then I don't know that there can be a loser here, but the guy that had to pay off tonight was Chris.
Yeah.
Now, how'd this match come about?
Unfortunately. Well, this was we were originally gonna play a couple of years ago, and then it never ended up happening.
Oh, that's
We played once before, about 3 years ago, give or take, and we had played 12-8, 11-8, and Chris was winner. It ended up going hill, and it was for a chunk of change, a little bit of a fraction of what it was tonight, but this was in a sense a rematch in a sense, but we were kind of both under the presumption like, hey, let's go ahead and do something big, and we'll get something together, and because we both wanted to bring a bunch of people together and
Right.
whatnot. Like, this wasn't something that was malicious, or
right.
we
And we didn't. You, by the way, you guys played. Your posture at the table. You guys weren't angry with each other or anything like that. You
no.
could tell that it wasn't that.
Yeah, no. I mean, we I weirdly enough, we both kind of have somewhat of the same, witty personality. We say goofy stuff, and we both well, I talk more with my body and some small words to myself when I make mistakes,
Uh-huh.
but we like to be happy when we're at the table. So this was actually a really stressful but fun match. It could have gone really three different ways. I haven't been playing a whole lot the last couple of years, but um, I've been, I guess you could say, I played the first one pocket tournament, big tournament, was the Derby of this year, and then I played in a couple other events before tonight, and so the last like 4 weeks I was trying to get into stroke, and obviously I wasn't running balls. I wasn't getting very good shape. There were a lot of simple balls that I missed, and that kind of shows, which was another reason for the spot. But we, I would say, um, basically, it was kind of a fluke. Um, I did capitalize on a lot of his mistakes, but you know, I really thought I was walking into like a hill match, or I was going to get tortured.
Okay.
And I basically told myself, and a lot of people had asked me, I just said, I'm investing the money into myself. I'm either, and I did. I watched Chris like almost every second the first 2 days, because whatever he knew, I wanted to know and absorb.
Right.
You know, you got to be able to know what it is that they're going to do to you in order to anticipate it or prevent it, right? And obviously, you always want to keep your opponent off of shooting a ball, but I don't necessarily know all the right shots because I haven't been playing.
Well, it sure didn't look like it the last 3 days.
Well, I put them in a lot of tough spots, and weirdly enough, my cue ball was executing really well. I might not have been pocketing balls really well, but um, the I usually, like, I could have ran 8 and out multiple times and then kind of fluked it off by not getting the right
Okay.
shape or something like that. But Chris did the same, and I think I just really got lucky to get this far ahead. And I think that was, I didn't have nowhere near the amount of pressure as what Chris did.
Okay.
And I think that kind of
I
showed.
get that. Well, he started out winning the first 2 games. You took the next 7.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the things I noticed in the whole matchup was you came through some very, very big shots, almost always at the right time, the right moment. And they weren't shots that were easy. And even some of the ones that look kind of routine, but you hit them so crisp, so clean, right to the heart of the pocket. A lot of your bank shots,
Yeah.
you hit a kick shot that I almost dropped. You were hooked behind a bunch of balls on the upper right hand part of the table. Chris had a ball hanging in the pocket, needing 2 balls. It was deep in the pocket, and you kicked at it with that long angle, long rail
Yep.
at warp speed
Yeah.
and hit it dead center. That shot takes a lot of practice. That means you've been doing your diamond work on that table.
Well, I work on the table, so I don't know the diamond system. I actually don't know any aiming system except there's a bank system that I use.
Okay.
But for the kicking, people put me in a lot of traps.
Yeah.
And then rotation, I typically play people my speed or better, and I'm glued to a ball.
All the time.
Oh yeah, a lot. So 2-rail kicking, 3-rail kicking for me is, and I don't jump.
Okay.
So that's where a lot of my natural kicking ability comes into play. I might pull out a jump cue 3 times a year total.
It
So
really showed. It really showed. Now, one of the things I noticed after day one, like I just said, you win the first two, you lose the first two and win 7 in a row. Come back the next day, and his whole strategy is different the first 2 games. What did you think at that time?
honestly, nothing, because I'm usually good for losing the first 2 games of any set I play.
Yeah, that's how it started,
yeah,
right? No big deal.
even in rotation or anything, I'm usually good for giving up the first game because
Okay.
I'm a late riser. So like I have a building ability where I can't come in right out the gates, and I don't know that his strategy was necessarily different.
Oh, it was very obvious. He kept everything up table. Each game took an hour.
Yeah, I think he was tighter, but I don't know that because he kept firing at stuff too, even though stuff was going up
And
table.
that's why you won the next 5 games.
Yeah,
Exactly. He didn't stick with it because, in my opinion, I think what he did was the games took too long, and he doesn't have the patience for that kind of one pocket.
yeah. I've got 3 kids. I've got a lot of patience. That's the
So what comes next? Are you going to Disneyland? What is that?
No.
I'm teasing. That's just a big joke.
I wish I could.
You went-
I wish I could take the kids to Disneyland. Got the dough for it now, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna keep trying to play. I'm definitely not gonna go back into retirement because I'm playing a derby again this year.
Okay. That's January, right?
That is January, end of January, yeah. So I'm gonna try and keep playing and keep practicing because I feel like there's a whole nother level that I can dive into. There's still so much that I don't know about this game.
Well, you've been playing for 4 years, and I saw more out of you here that I've seen on players who've been playing for 40.
Mm,
Okay. So my hat's off to you. Your kicking game was great. Your position game was great. You made key shots, and what was impressive was you made them at the right time.
Yeah.
They won you a lot of games. You stole games from Chris. He didn't steal many from you.
no, there's a couple of them in my mind that I stole, and it leaded off with a bank.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
you came through the big shots. Now how did you feel? I think it was yesterday. No, it was the first day after you had kind of rattled off 5 or 6 games. He had a spot shot, and he didn't take it. You remember that?
Yeah.
That was the first time. And I'm sitting there going, if you don't shoot the spot shot, and the guy you're giving 3 balls to is taking that spot shot and making it, you're in big trouble.
Yeah, I think because I was trying to lead him into making a mistake when I saw him miss that first ball and hand shot, and technically I was the first person to
Oh, he's coming. Okay.
yeah. I had the first ball and hand shot. Chris scratched first, and I had the first ball and hand shot, and I rattled it. I think I pumped it half a diamond away from the pocket, and then he missed another ball and hand shot about a game later, or maybe it was the same game. And at that point in time, that's kind of when I knew that I can kind of provide a little bit of firepower, necessarily kind of ruffle the feathers, and sometimes the only way to fight aggression is with aggression,
Right.
But I tried to pay attention to my cue ball 9 times out of 10, there were a couple of times that I definitely let loose, but I was just trying to let my arm open, and I'm like, man, I'm missing balls. I got to fire at something, to kind of get my blood going. he was kind of whittling me away, and I'm like,
Mhm.
all right, no, I need to get back into this. I know he's trying to tighten up on me, and we did have a couple of games go up table, fairly well. First, yeah, on day 2, they definitely all went up table, but in the first day, I was the first one to push balls kind of up table, and he had shot at a ball, drained it, and then missed the very next ball after that and sold out the game. And I think I ran 4 balls to close it out.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a turning point in my brain where I was like, okay, I'm not even worried about him
Yeah.
running 8 and out. I was like, all I got to do is
Never did.
make it tough. Yeah.
In
I don't,
fact- in
neither
fact,
one of them.
countless times he had opportunities for an 8 and out or a 6 and out, or
10 and out. There was a
he'd
couple.
get one ball and bump a ball and no shot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, consistently all night long. But dude, congratulations! That's a big win and a very impressive one, especially at a score that he's not going to forget soon,
No,
and you probably won't either.
no, he's probably gonna bust my chops every time he sees me, and I don't know, I feel that I know he wanted to play, we both wanted to play better, than what we already did, and I know that kind of sounds a little weird after me winning this, but
Mhm.
that's me aggressively attacking and then kind of, intimidating him like that. I know that's not the game that he wanted to play.
No, it's not. No,
And
he plays. He plays. I just look at the shots he missed.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well-
I watched him with Avery. Actually, I've watched Chris play a lot of one pocket and over the years, and he's the first.
He's still here.
Yeah, yeah, he's still here.
Let's try to get to him.
But yeah, I've watched him, and I know what I got to see was not his full potential. Like, he gave me a slice of the pie.
Yeah,
you
every
know.
so often he'd give you flashes.
Yeah, and I have a feeling he might he might offer to play again, and then
It'd take a little while to let this one wear off.
I don't know. He's a fueled player.
Is he?
Yeah, once he gets that fire in his belly, man, he wants to go 100%. So I don't know. We'll see.
Thanks for asking me to do the commentary. It was a pleasure and an honor to commentate you guys. This is a $40,000 match. I thought you both carried it off like you were playing for $20 a game. It looked great. I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
Well,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
the interview.
No, thank you,
Thank-
George. I appreciate you coming out.
bet.
I'll pass this
bet.
off
Yeah,
to
pass it.
Chris.
Hey, Chris. Got Chris Adams coming in now. And Chris and I go back a long way,
Yeah,
about
too long.
50,000 years when you used to work at Colby's.
Well,
I never played you back then. What the heck, Jeff?
I didn't
Thomas
play
and all those
nobody.
guys? You
Well-
used to play Angel and George and all those guys.
Oh,
would
yeah,
come
yeah,
up
yeah.
all the time.
yeah, they used to beat up on
Rudy?
me.
They used to all come in, and they come back sometimes with money, and sometimes they come back broke.
I don't want to answer that question.
You don't want to remember that.
I remember.
Well, Chris, Justin told us what led up to this game, and it was something you had back in the past. No hard feelings, no nothing. It was just, hey, let's do something big, and let's get it done. We did this in the past, and here we are. You both carried it off like champions, and you both played like champions. What's your take on this?
But I mean, Justin played good. I think I got too loose on day one, and it let him open up a lead where I never got enough pressure on him, and I didn't break any good. He broke good every time.
Every time.
He broke good every time. Like 3 times, maybe 4 times, I finally broke good. I actually made a ball by accident.
Yep.
And I say on accident. In the old days, that was a great break.
And I think it should still, in my opinion, that
Well-
rule should. That I don't like that rule.
Well, here's the deal. I'm not complaining because I don't complain.
Right.
I believe in the win like a champ, lose like a champ mentality. I do think that after you make a ball on the break, on your next break, if it's terrible, you should get an opportunity for a rerat.
Well, see, now that's little exceptions to every rule, and
Yeah.
either have the rule or don't.
Yeah,
That's the
no,
way I
get it.
look at that.
I get it. That's just my way of saying, damn, I did it 4 times,
Now,
And,
now on day one, you come in and win the first 2 games.
yeah.
You ran balls well. You played well. You didn't break good.
No.
But you played well those first 2 games.
Well, he
Now-
made a lot of
a-
mistakes.
and that's
Yeah.
that's where I was going next.
Yeah.
But he made a couple of mistakes that opened it up for you. But then you come back and the next 7 games you lose them.
Yeah.
Now, to me, in watching that, you were playing like you were playing for $20 a game.
You know, I
And-
had a lot of people send me messages. You know,
Mm-hmm.
people that I haven't even talked to in a long time, and you know, a lot of comments were made. Looked like I didn't care.
No,
know,
I now see. I don't see
no,
it that way.
and that maybe, in the way that I say that is in the value of the dollar. I think was
Right.
where it was. You know, and you know, and I think what happened is kind of like what we were saying is I got loose in those first 2 games and I never tightened up when I needed to. And he got a big lead. And then, you know, I couldn't keep any pressure on him. And then I will say, you know, for a 3-day 1 pocket match, I got a couple rolls, but he got my God.
No,
you know,
I actually made the comment on several occasions that you could walk into a bakery shop and couldn't get a roll.
you know, it's part of the game.
It is.
And that you got to fade it, but it's kind of hard to fade
Well, for it to go
For
3
3
days,
days.
exactly.
for 3 days.
And
you
not
know.
only that, all the intangibles of pool went his way.
Yeah.
He would break open a stack and 2 balls would get up, and your only shot would be a combo that would sell out. Several times he gave you opportunity to run 6 and 7, 8 balls with no opening shot.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean-
you know, I was playing from behind a lot. And you know, I tried not to give up, obviously. I tried to make some shots and create some shots when he put, you know, when he got ahead, you know, because you can try to play for 1 ball, 1 ball, 1 ball, 1 ball, but there comes a point where you have to make a move, you know, or try to get more than 1 ball.
Right.
And it seemed like every time I did that, I made mistakes. I wasn't seeing the ball clearly, and obviously he put a lot of pressure on me. And you know, you know, $20,000. I don't think I felt the pressure like I should have, to answer a lot of people's question. You
Mhm.
know, but I just didn't play good. You know, and
Yeah.
if you don't play good in a
Well-
big match like this, you're not going to win. You know?
I watched you practice prior to the match starting, and you were firing every ball in.
You know,
And then when you guys started, your first 2 games looked like the guy that was practicing. And after that, after a couple of games, it didn't look quite the same. Your rhythm was a little different. And but you still had, and you were testing him with shots.
yeah.
And but he didn't miss them and didn't miss them.
You know, I tried to trap him early.
Yeah.
I tried to put shots out there, and I think you guys probably seen that. I left him shots like he speared this bank where he banks it right on the low side of the side pocket,
Mhm.
spear banking it where I'm gonna say even the great players leave that ball, miss that ball inside, and it rolls back over by the other guy's hole. He made it
Every time.
almost every time.
Almost every time.
Yeah.
He kicked
And-
extremely well. I mean, there was one where he kicked from the upper right hand corner, hit
2 rails.
and 2 rails,
Yeah,
and
then
perfect
hit
on the ball,
then
and
hit
took
the
it out.
ball. That
Yeah.
was a fantastic shot. You know,
Yep.
like I said, Justin played fantastic.
Yeah, he did. And
Yeah.
at key moments,
Yeah.
at very key moments that looked like it just broke your heart every so often on
Yeah.
some of these games. You were in good shape. You'd have position. He'd come up with a shot that took it away.
You know, at the end of the day, obviously, I don't play pool that much anymore.
Right.
Right. So, you know, I seen somebody write that, you know, the money wasn't posted because they didn't see any cash, I guess.
the
But
checks.
we put, if you look
Yeah.
on Facebook, we posted cashier's checks for 20,000 each. What we didn't want to do is we didn't want to leave out of here. Someone knows we're rolling.
I'm
out of
not
here with
walking
40.
in here with $20,000.
We're rolling out of here 40,000, and with the match it's advertised, you know, and a lot of this came about because of poker. You know, I've been playing
Right.
a lot of poker and been around the poker scene a lot, and so many people when they make a big score they get robbed. You know, so you know it's just part of that came into that. So,
Okay.
but going back to what you were saying, you know, he played good when he needed to. I don't want to say broke my heart, but yeah, it broke my heart. You know,
Well, no, it breaks you. No, those
breaks you down a little bit.
it breaks
you
you
know?
down a little bit.
know?
Exactly. I mean, you're doing the right things, and then the guy shoots, and I don't mean to spat, but he shoots
An
kind
air
of like
shot.
up in the air,
Yeah.
and everything works out.
you know,
and you have nothing.
I was telling Joe and the guys over there, they're watching and they shake their head, and I'm obviously, it's hard to not me shake my head when they're shaking their head, and I look around the room and I see everybody shaking their head, but here's Trace said something good to me today. He goes, it seems like the balls know who's winning,
They
who's
do.
doing
They
and
do.
who's doing the right thing.
Or the balls
Yeah.
seem to favor somebody.
Yeah, and I don't want to say favor, but they know who's winning and making shots and making attempts. You know, uh, a lot of people probably won't believe this, but for like 2-3 weeks, I was giving Trace we started off playing even to get me in stroke. Then I started giving him 10-8. Then I started giving him 11-8, and I just was playing great. I don't know what happened. Well, I don't want to say what I don't want to do is take away from Justin's win.
You can't take away from his win.
He
The score says a lot to it,
the
and what people saw says a lot to it.
on Wednesday night we came up and posted the money, and they did the picture or whatever. And when I went home, I woke up at like 1:30 in the morning with my back locked up. And I broke my hip in the military years ago. So long story short, every so often it locks up. I don't even know why. But uh, I can't tell you, you know. But what I can tell you is
Are we off?
He's doing it down here.
Oh, are we off down here?
I think we're on. I think he just pulled
Okay.
HDMI cable out. But what I can tell you is that I had to go to I don't want to say a chiropractor, but I went to a guy who worked on me before, just so I can get ready for the match. And I was ready. I was ready to play. I don't want to take that from him. But towards as the night went on, I got sore. I got a little bit looser yesterday, and I was a lot looser today. And you could probably see that. But I still, look, Justin played fantastic.
He
And
really impressed me.
He
I've never
banked the
seen him play
balls
before.
good. He played a lot of safe. He did a lot of crazy, creative stuff that went right.
Every bit of it went right. Right.
Everybody who likes one pocket, there's never a layout that's the same. There's a shot similar, but if the kid played good, and I say kid, but with all due respect, he played really good. He earned it, and I don't know what else really to.
When are you going to rematch? Do you want
Well,
a rematch?
You know what?
You're going to be like Rocky.
11-8 is a lot of weight.
Oh, I wouldn't get the same way. It's
I
got to change.
I would probably play him like 9-8, 10-8. I would play again if they want to play again. But I hate to when I say this, I don't want to sound crazy, right? But I probably wouldn't play the same weight or that weight for the same money. You know what I mean? I probably want to bet more, or have a chance to win something. So bet 30,000. Otherwise, I don't want to shoot 40 at nothing. You know what I mean, to break even. But at the end of the day, all I can tell you is the guy played good, and everybody's gonna say, yeah, Chris, you could have played better and you could have done that. Yeah, probably could have, but I didn't, and that's what happens sometimes.
And that's Chris, that is a great point, because sometimes the fact that he played so good kind of kept you from really playing your game.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think back. I miscued, I think, like freaking 10 times. I did, and I was having the same problem like practicing with Trace. So I don't know what it is, and maybe the tip. I can't tell you what it was, but I miscued a lot. I think with the issue I was having, I was kind of jerking and twisting on the shots, and I wasn't doing that for a long time. So he put pressure on me, and it showed.
Okay. Well, good luck in the future.
All
Thanks
right,
for the
need it.
interview.
Yeah.
It's great to talk to you. We only talk about once at the Hall of Fame
Oh, well,
meetings. That's coming
know,
up here soon.
Before I go, I gotta say thanks to a couple people. I'm gonna say thanks to Trace for working out. Thanks to Mike Bates in the pool room for making this happen. I had a bunch of guys in my corner. What's funny is everybody thought I was the favorite. And when you're giving up that kind of weight, I don't care who you are. If things don't go right, you're never the favorite, right? But I had a lot of people that wanted a piece, and I gave up a couple pieces, and I appreciate all those guys that are in my corner, and sorry it didn't go well, but it is what it is. And um, Hall of Fame stuff. Congratulations to Mike Bates and
Oh, big
Trey
time.
Payne,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Both of the guys are going to be inducted in a couple weeks, I
The
think.
13th, Friday night, 7 p.m. dinner. If you guys have never been here, Bullshooters does a great spread, like they do for everything. And the only thing you guys that's going to be bad about coming to the dinner is you have to hear me talk.
Yeah.
And you're going to be doing quite a bit of
Well,
talking
well,
too, as I understand.
I'm speaking for
yeah.
Trace. Trace is I don't want to get emotional, but Trace is like a father to me in the pool room. He's been there for me since I was a kid. When I needed a couple bucks or when I was in trouble, he kept me out of trouble. And he made it to where I could go play a lot of pool tournaments when I was younger. Like paid all the room. He just wait. So it's really an honor to be able to speak for him there, and I can't wait to do it. But one of the things about that is I don't even know. You don't want to let the guy down, So I got some work to do.
Well, one of the things when you speak for someone, get some inside information.
Oh yeah,
from
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Get it from him.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it was a good. I played on. I would have rather played on this table. Everybody knows that.
It's got a
You know.
dead rail or something like that. I was
That's
told?
that's what he said. But I mean, this table. I don't want to say anything, but it was a little tougher than it needed to be. I rolled that last couple balls in, and I know that ball was going dead in, and it just didn't. But you got to adjust.
You know, Chris, one of the things I saw is some of your scratches were from the middle of nowhere. I'll give you one example. You played a ball very hard. I thought you should have just played it
Oh, yeah,
soft and
and
not
then
try to
bank that
get
ball.
and just bank
The
that ball.
four ball and the
And you fired it trying to get shape, and you really overhit it. But to find the hole at that angle at that speed, that's BS.
It's the way it just laid out. Like I liked the shot.
Okay.
I liked the shot the way it sat. And I wanted to punch it in. I sure punched it in.
You punched it in all right.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, good luck in the future.
All right.
Good to talk to you again.
All right. Thanks, George.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me do your commentary.
All right, you guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye. Thanks for joining in, everybody.